Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I am super excited because it's been a little while since I've reviewed anything from this place. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? It happens to be my my Power Man 5000 shirt, which I love this shirt. It's a very cool shirt. If you're unfamiliar with the band Power Man 5000, they've been around, I believe, since like the early 90s, the very least the mid 90s. Basically kind of started out with some very interesting, sort of funky, kind of, metal-ish music. Yeah, some interesting stuff. But they really hit their stride in kind of like the late 90s, early 2000s when they took on more of like an industrial element to their style. And that's when their big album, Tonight the Stars Revolt, came out. It became a massive success. And they're still doing it. They've been trucking along. The lead singer, Spider One, he is the half-brother of Rob Zombie. So, it's not entirely uncommon when when Rob Zombie's on tour, you might see Power Man 5000 there. I in fact, got to see them when they were on tour together. I was so hoping that they would do a song together, because sometimes they will, but didn't happen, but still, both excellent performances. I liked it so much, in fact, I actually got videos of said performance. It's on this channel, just in case maybe you want to check it out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because they've had an incredible career, and, I think they're awesome. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I excited? Like I said, it's been a little bit since I reviewed anything from this place. It literally was a thing where, I woke up today and was like, I'm doing this. And then my lethargy kind of kicked in and was like, dude, you could just stay on the couch and just watch Kung Fu movies all day. And I was like, I could. Sounds pretty nice. But then I got a second wellspring of energy. I'm like, let's do it. So I decided to hop on out to... Boom! I mean, it's not the actual thing. But I decided to hop on out to a place called Mitsuwa Marketplace, which is basically a super cool Japanese/Asian marketplace that I've reviewed plenty of stuff from over the years that I've been doing the show. And I was planning to hit their food court. I didn't even have to get in there because they had a guy making fresh chicken karaage, which is basically it's a method of frying meat and especially chicken and stuff like that. And so it was right there, and I figured I've never actually had it. So first of all, let's get a thing for the thing. Let's see if we can get a thing for the thing. I think we can get a thing for the thing. Ha 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 ha! Let's try out some Japanese fried chicken. All right. I like the crunchiness of the exterior. No matter how far I park away from people, I always seem to end up with at least one person that just walks by while I'm doing a review. I really like this. There's sort of two things that I would say that it sort of reminds me a little bit of. One would be Korean fried chicken. The method seems somewhat similar, but definitely not identical. With Korean fried chicken, especially the way they do it, the level of crunchiness you get from that is absurd. And I've reviewed some Korean fried chicken, so go look up those reviews if you're interested. This isn't quite as crispy as that, but it still has a great bite to it. The other thing it reminds me a little bit of is, and this isn't meant to be an insult, but it reminds me a little bit of sort of how chicken gizzards are prepared. I reviewed some from a place called Harold's Chicken a while back, but sort of the way the coating sort of works with the chicken and stuff, it's somewhat reminiscent of that. Yeah, no, I actually really like this. The chicken is really nice and tender, and very juicy, and seems to be Yeah, I mean that's just solid chicken. That's really good. The only thing I lament was that when I happened to go up to the booth, the guy who was actually running the booth, he was off doing something else at the moment. Um, but he had like these pre-prepared ones, so that's what I grabbed. I know he had like a special sauce available, but I couldn't ask for it because he wasn't around. I was like, no. But these are really good. It's one of those things, like, I mean, especially given the format, and, you know, it's somewhat similar to, like, chicken tenders, I guess, but even more juicy, definitely crispier on the outside, and, you know, like, I don't know enough about, like I said, this is my first time trying chicken karaage, so, you know, I can't say one way or another as far as, like, the preparation and all that and stuff, but yeah, I mean, just the way that I like the texture on it, really like the chicken inside. And it seems like you also get some dark meat in there, which I think is fantastic. Dark meat is amazing. These are really good. And they're just like cool little things you can just sort of, you know, pop in your mouth and kind of go on your day. The seasoning isn't as heavy as maybe you would get, like, you know, from like a southern fried chicken or something like that. It's a little bit lighter, but not in a bad way. Like, these do not lack for flavor. If anything, they really highlight the chicken flavor. And then you get like just a very sort of light flavoring from what I'm guessing is probably whatever they fry it in. But not in a bad way. Like, it doesn't come off as burned or like overcooked or anything. Hey, these are super good, man. I like these a whole bunch. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I mean, for me personally, I gotta go with yes and yes. I think, for me, I love some fried chicken, and I've especially enjoyed doing this show. It's allowed me to kind of, you know, hit up different cultures and sort of see their takes on things that, you know, maybe are somewhat familiar to me, being from the United States, but maybe just I don't have personal experience with. And that's just perfectly personified. I've certainly had lots of fried chicken, but never quite in this format. And I really like the way that it's done. I'm not going to say that it's better or worse than any other, you know, variation that I've had on it, but it brings something unique to the whole thing, and it's something that I personally would like to experience again. And I think, if anything, I would probably make sure that if I had the opportunity again, I would, you know, make sure that, you know, whoever was there preparing it was there, and, you know, I can maybe like ask some questions again, get like the special sauce. But I would definitely get that again, because that's just tasty fried chicken in a nice form factor, and it does everything that I personally want it to do. If I'm recommending it, the nice thing about it is, when it comes to, like, you know, foreign cuisine, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult for me to recommend because, you know, living in the United States, it's what are you exposed to, you know? And I think being the operative word, you know, I only live in my area of the United States, but globally, in terms of becoming accepting of different cuisines, I think we have gone up significantly since, you know, certainly since I was a kid. And, you know, but it can still be a hard sell for certain things. You know, maybe it's just a little bit too exotic or what have you. This is something where it's like, no, these are basically just like super good chicken tenders, or, you know, if you want to sort of like associate the chicken nugget aspect to them or something like that. But they're an easy sell because it's like, well, it's fried chicken. You know, maybe it's fried up a little bit differently than we're used to, but it's not like worlds apart. So it's something that if someone were to ask me, oh, you know, Brandon, should I try that? I'd say absolutely. Because I think it's really tasty. I think the chicken's prepared very well, and it's just fried chicken. So it's really good. Oh, and I did want to mention, what with this being from Mitsuwa Marketplace, and Mitsuwa Marketplace being a local establishment, this review is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just Illinois spots. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly fried chicken-tastic rest of your life. Because, I mean, again, man, fried chicken, there's a reason why fried chicken is successful basically the world over. It's just delicious, and it's wonderful. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you ever tried chicken karaage before? If you have, what's your personal experience with it? Do you like it more or less than, maybe like Southern fried chicken or Korean style? Or, kind of more on my end of things, you're being a little bit diplomatic about it, where you're just like, hey, I like them all, and they're all really good because they all offer something unique. But no, I'd really be interested to kind of hear what, if any, experiences you have with it. And if nothing else, like, what are your personal just opinions on fried chicken in general? Is it something you like? Do you just prefer not to? I have, in fact, on occasion met, a person who does not like fried chicken. It is not often. And mind you, if you're vegetarian or vegan or something like that, it's a different thing. But almost everybody gets down with some fried chicken. But every now and again. Anyway, folks.